The reports and the rumours are running wild about will.i.am and has he had a medical at Nottingham Forest? Well, guess what? We've actually got the true story for you. Welcome to your Nottingham Forest transfer news. Good morning, good evening, or good night, wherever in the world you are. Whatever time of day you're watching this, hope you're having a wonderful day and welcome to your latest Forest news. In today's episode, which is I think like third video today, we will be clarifying to you from solid sources what has actually happened with will.i.am today. We'll be talking about Lodi. I don't really want to talk about it, but we'll talk about it. There's movement on Jono and Aston Villa, and there is confirmation as well on Sangara and his reps meeting the Greek father in Greece. So plenty to discuss. If, as always, you are enjoying the content, please don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to Forest Fan TV if you are new. And as always, grab your tickets. I don't need to go through it. The details are there. All right, let's get straight into this and talk about will.i.am. All right, so let's clear up for you guys exactly what's happening with will.i.am, because it's a complete mess and there's so much drama going on about it on social media. And some of it is true and a lot of it is fake news. And it's not fake news with intention. But anyway, let me explain what's happened. So earlier on today, Natalie Jackson from the BBC, she does the sports bit in the East Midlands, she tweeted that will.i.am is in the building and having a medical. And then she said the Brazilian winger, the former Arsenal and Chelsea star, has had a number of clubs chasing him, but is set to sign for Forest. This whole tweet is utter crap. He has not had a medical. There's no even confirmation that he's been in Nottingham. And then this has triggered the BBC to run with it nationally, to say he's had a medical, as well as TalkSport and as well as everyone else. And they're all wrong on this one. And Romano's come out and said, this is BS. He says he's not even in Nottingham. He hasn't met with the club. He's still in London. This has more elements of truth in it, but not quite. We do know for sure, but from absolute concrete sources from FFTV, that he has met with the club. Whether that's in the offices in London or whether he's gone to the training ground and had a look around, we don't know. What we do know is they attempted a charm offensive on him. And on top of that, the club don't feel that they're the front runners from it when you read between the lines on what they're saying. So the deal isn't off, but he hasn't had a medical. Forest is not the front runners in this one. And he's definitely not agreed to sign for Forest, as Natalie has said in her tweet. There's so much weird misinformation going around at the moment. I guarantee you this source is as concrete as they come when it comes to information like this. So that's the clarification on there. Remember, Fulham is still interested in him. Forest are still interested in him. And so are the Saudis. Forest and Fulham are confirmed as having put an offer on the table. Forest have offered him more money than Fulham and a longer length contract, but his preferred option is to stay in Fulham, but he may be swayed by the length of the contract that's offered at Forest. So it's by no means completely dead, but the whole talk of the medical and him signing, etc., BS. The other thing this then triggered was everyone to start saying, this all makes sense now. This is why the kit has been delayed till tomorrow, because they're going to do a kit reveal with will.i.am. Again, no truth in this whatsoever. There is no chance that will.i.am stands there tomorrow in a Forest kit. So don't expect that. Don't expect that. And the kits, from what I'm seeing, I'm being sent more images now, are the ones we showed you earlier. They are sponsorless as well. So expect to see them in the club shop tomorrow with no sponsors. So crazy evening in terms of news there. We haven't even got started on the video. Still plenty more to talk about. But get your thoughts in on this will.i.am stuff. But just to confirm, no medical. He's not signing for Forest tomorrow. But Forest are still interested. The deal's not off, but Forest are not the front runners. Okay, I don't want to do this section, but it's the news. I've got to do it. And my boy Logi, Brennan, G, isn't coming to Forest. We've kind of put it on the social posts earlier and everything, but it has been confirmed that he's gone to Marseille. And he's gone for £11.2 million, about 13 million euros. Oh my God, that's daylight robbery, man. And it just hurts talking about it. And I don't want to spend much time on it. And I know you should never fall in love with a loanee, but he was Brazilian and he was good. Of course I was going to fall in love with him. But did anyone else fall in love with him? Let me know in the comments below. I said I'd learnt my lesson after Spence. I said I wouldn't fall in love with another loanee player ever again. Couple months later, there I was, head over heels. Head first. And he's gone. So, Forest now will have to hunt for another left back unless they trust Omar Richards to do the job. Obviously, with the whole Tuffalo thing going on, that could have bans and repercussions, and Forest may need to strengthen. I do expect Forest to still be hunting in that left back market, but it won't be Lodi. How do you guys feel about that? Let me know in the comments down below. Okay, so the latest on Jono is obviously tied in with what's happening at Aston Villa. We told you a few days ago that Villa were very interested in Diaby, and they have put a bid in for him of 45 million euros, which has been rejected. And, you know, that's one case. That's one avenue of it. What we really wanted, if you wanted Jono to stay, was obviously that bid to be accepted. The problem with that is that it already tells you that Villa have 45 million euros to play with for this position as a bare minimum. And that was, I don't know if it was their first bid, I think it was. That's their opening gambit, and everyone knows the first bids always get rejected. So they probably have somewhere around 50 million to play with in this kitty. And if Leverkusen, who want 60 million for him, and Villa don't want to match that, then the likelihood is they are going to come in for Jono. In fact, there have been reports out today, again, strengthening the connection between Villa and Jono. So with this Diaby bid being rejected, I can see a scenario. In fact, I'm expecting a scenario soon where Villa will bid for Jono. And I think they'll test the water out at 40 million. And it will test Forest resolve. Because as we showed you in the FFP video, things are tight. And if Forest is still looking to strengthen and splash out on the likes of Sangera, which we brought to you yesterday, then there will have to be outgoings from the club. Now, you could argue Forest could probably make that £40 million by offloading 7 or 8, maybe even 10 players out of the bloated squad we've already got. Can't see that happening. It's extremely hard to move players out of clubs, especially if you need to do it en masse, and especially if other clubs know you are trying to get rid. One, you don't get the value for the player, and two, you got to make sure the player is even going to go. Remember, they're under contract. Harriata, prime example. It's hard to move a player who's earning decent wages to maybe a crapper club who's going to pay him less. So, Jono is risky at the moment. I'm not saying he's going, I'm not saying he's staying, but I'm saying logic dictates that at some point, if Villa do bid, the bid will be at least 40 million. We know for sure they've got 42 million pounds to at least play with. But the Diaby one, that has to go through. Now, the good news in this is that Diaby has said he wants to go to Villa. He's made it clear to his club that he's happy to leave for Villa. The problem now is the asking price. And as I just mentioned, they want 60 million. And I don't know if they will come down much from that. And if they don't, that's when it could cause the problems for Nottingham Forest. But how do you guys read that situation? As always, let me know in the comments down below. Okay, on my boy Ibrahim Sangera, things are still progressing. There's been more confirmations from more reliable sources as well that his representatives have flown out to Greece to meet the Greek father or the Greek father's representatives. So this is looking good. But there is now talks that there are clubs who want in on him. And I'll tell you what, I don't even need to mention the club that's coming in for him because I reckon you could all guess it in the comments down below. Which club always comes knocking on the door after Forest have been linked to a player? Get your answers in the comments down below. I'll give you all one guess, and it's a two-worded Premier League club. So, things are looking good on that. Forest are a bigger club than that two-worded club, that's for sure. And we beat them in the transfer window last summer. We're a crap player, but whatever, that's not the point. But things are definitely looking good for Sangera, and hopefully that can progress. All right, we'll wrap it up there. We've done 3 videos for you guys today. It's been a crazy day of misinformation, new information, and everything else. As always, we'll try to keep you up to date with the most reliable stuff here where we can. If you haven't already, please don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to Forest Fan TV if you are new. We'll see you tomorrow, and we'll see what tomorrow brings. It could be a spicy day again, and come on, you Reds.